And welcome back to another episode of Killer Cat's Crew. This is Dead in the Pool Take 2 for those who are watching live. Thanks for sticking around through technical difficulties.
It was
Again,
Skynet. It must have been
yes,
Skynet. We have no
it's
idea what
always
happened. Probably lost the server.
Skynet and aliens, those motherfuckers. It's
Aliens.
always a combination of the two. Nobody thinks
Illegal
that,
aliens.
but it is. Um, So yeah, sorry my camera's off. I'm in Texas, my computer's dying, and that's what you get. Um, so I'll pass it off for you guys to, do the whole thing with the introducing yourselves and whatnot.
I am
Ah,
Nello. This is Katze. Say
Katze!
hi, Katze. Hello. Hello.
Fuzzy
You're
face.
not liking this, are you? No, you're not liking this. Cutie pie. But yeah, I'm Nello, and I'll be talking about some new horror films today, and something else, if I remember what it was. Because I quite don't. But
You haven't remembered yet?
no.
Oh, okay.
But I think Chrissy had some metal news for us.
I do have some metal news. It's not so metal news, but it is music related, and it's that SoundCloud has been hemorrhaging money and the future may be in doubt. The company's board of directors say there are material uncertainties facing the business, which sucks because SoundCloud is such a great format for new bands to put out music, and it's free, and that's one of the great things is that it's free. You don't have to pay for it. There's no commercials. There's no ads. You can set up your profile and interact with other people and interact with the bands themselves. And according to this, they've lost more than $70 million over the last 2 years. And the company claims to have nearly 2 million users worldwide. It failed to turn this huge user base into a profitable operation. So I think they need a new marketing strategy before they tank, because they are one of the last free streaming sites. I don't know if it's really a streaming site. I don't know what you would call it, but anywho.
But
Uh,
yeah, it is kind of a streaming site.
It is, but it isn't. Yeah, it's like YouTube without video. You know, you can look up whatever you want, and it's probably on there, although it's not technically always from the band itself, which is one of the things that kind of sucks about SoundCloud. But I don't know. I found a few new bands on there, and I found them extremely useful, and I hate to see them go under. They're trying to. They're planning on operating in the red for a couple more years and trying to work out some licensing deals and, invest further in their platform and stuff like that. So hopefully they get it figured out and they can compete with the streaming online services, which is probably what's killing SoundCloud, is Spotify and Pandora. Although some of the other streaming sites have went under, like Grooveshark and Rdio, but
Napster.
Napster.
But I'm not sure whether it actually is just the money. Because I think that what's behind it is also the major labels forcing them to close down because they cannot control those sites
Right.
as good as they want to. And yeah, we all know they are notorious with trying to close down everything that doesn't give them money.
Mm.
We could have something to do with that as well, but I'm also sad to see SoundCloud go because the interface is really good and easy to use. Linking them is easy, finding stuff is easy, and you can even link it to most of, Sonos systems and all kinds of things you might have at home. So I like SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's my news. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they find their groove and get a new marketing strategy and can maybe they do need to start having ads to generate some revenue. As much as that sucks, but I mean, their format works, and a lot of people use it. Obviously, if they have that many users, something's working. They just aren't generating revenue. So, I don't know. That was my kind of sad news. But it's not really metal, but it's music, and there you go.
Yeah, my piece of news is not metal either. It's music news because sort of metal, but music anyway. The venue Bataclan in Paris, where the massacre happened, they are planning to reopen by the end of 2016. They don't want to become a mausoleum. They do not want to become a pilgrimage site. They want to become the music venue with life they were. And I think that is a very good piece of news because it's a fantastic venue, fantastic place, and we should not give in to those idiots who destroyed it for us, but go forward. So, as said, the owners have stated to many international medias that the timeline is that they should be open by the end of 2016. Looking very much forward to that one. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of good gigs happening in there again if that happens. So here's a thumbs up for that. And
Awesome.
I think that was the only piece of music news I had for now. Did you have something, Katie?
Yeah, I have a couple things as far as music goes. My big thing is Grime Studios, which is a project up in Portland, Maine. It's exactly what it sounds like, studios, or studio space anyways. It is being built from the ground up, and it's very much needed in the community up there for live or for practicing and recording bands. Um, they have been doing an amazing job. I've been following for them for the past couple of months, for the building and funding processes and stuff. Justin from Zud has been heading this project, and he's been doing an amazing job. They do, as any project like this does, always need extra help as far as um, time to actually build stuff, help building things, and money. But the cool thing is, and even though I have my video off, I was going to show this. One of the many things that he's very talented at doing is putting together zines. He has the Bogus Rendition zines. I have number 9 in my hand right now, actually. There's interviews with members of Watain and the Devil's Blood, also album reviews, and then just so many stories from just life in general, and it's a really fucking well put together zine. And as for some people who don't know, he does work with the Watain guys over here as their stage manager guy, and he's just does amazing work with them too. So it's really awesome reading. It's only like $12. So I linked all that information last week on our page. Definitely do whatever you can to help Grime Studios, become the thing that it needs to be. It's grimestudios.com is their official website, but there's a bunch of things on Facebook. It's just a really fucking cool project, to be honest. I definitely am doing what I can to spread the word on that. Other than that, we have a bunch of really awesome tours coming up in the U.S. Right now, I don't know if it technically started yet or not, but the Archgoat and Valkyria tour is happening. They're hitting up a whole bunch of dates. The band that I've mentioned a gajillion times, Murum, is opening for them in Baltimore at the Autobar on March 31st. I believe it's towards the end of that tour. I know Absu's going to be touring again, and then I'm really excited because though I can't go to Blastfest with you guys, I get to see Tokay in a week. They start off their U.S. tour in Boston on the 20th of February, and they will end it in Brooklyn on the 5th of March, which I hope to somehow find my way in. Um, do 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 do. Uh, Oh, and then just to recap on anti-cosmic stuff, thank you everybody for buying the second round of patches again, because that happened. We still have some left. They're black and red now. We had a whole boatload from out of the country order this year, which was fun because the post office so loved my customs forms. Um, and also we had like really half-ass announced three new bands to the festival. Mahenet, who's from New Orleans, Telek Voin, who's from New Jersey, I believe. I'm sorry if I fucked that up, guys. And Sunder, who's from Vermont, who it's another side project from the guys from Mythology. So those three bands, very excited to have on the lineup. And yeah, that was all my music news
Awesome.
and check it out.
Check it out. Wow, you mixed them all together.
Well, yeah. It's a lot easier to talk when I'm not distracted by like not having to like show that I'm picking my nose or like drinking or doing anything weird.
But picking your nose is the best.
It really is. It's very satisfying.
Yes. My topic for today was movies, so I think I'm gonna start with that. Now in 2016, we've already seen some good movies and we've seen some bad movies, and I'm gonna start with one of them. You might remember director Alejandro Amenabar from such films as the original Vanilla Sky movie Open Your Eyes, or maybe his fantastic Nicole Kidman movie The Others. He also made a fantastic Spanish film called Thesis, or Snuff Movie as it was dubbed in the English-speaking countries. So he's a very good director, and I was hoping a lot from his latest outing called Regression. Regression is a film starring Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson of Harry Potter fame. Both very good actors. Ethan Hawke has recently made very good horror films. Not, I think that the best one of those has recently been the first Sinister movie and The Woman in the Third, if I remember correctly. But anyways, he's a very good actor, and I was hoping a lot from this movie. It tells a story of a small community with a small police force, and Ethan Hawke plays a police officer who comes across a satanic cult that seems to be taking over the whole community. The story itself actually has roots in some true stories about the satanic cult in the States that they were never able to actually trace or actually catch, that it just happened to have things here and there and all over the country, but they never could really make it certain whether it did exist or not. So the actual story is promising. They find strange happenings. Kids are being sexually molested by these weird people, and all kinds of stuff like that. But unfortunately, the movie falls right onto its belly with showing these satanic cult members dressed just like the Reaper in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, with their faces painted white and having the same kind of hoods. And it all goes downhill from there, finally getting a death blow when they show a scene that's supposedly very, very suspenseful and trying to create this mood of being all like dangerous, and then they suddenly zoom in to a promo photo of Behemoth from 2004. It's kind of like you're watching this scene develop and like building this ominous feeling and atmosphere, and then they zoom into Nurgle, and you're like,
What?
what? What the fuck just happened?
What?
Hello! And yeah, that just kills it in the water. So it's a really promising movie, a really promising story, a really good idea, and boom, it's destroyed. So I'm feeling bad for both Ethan Hawke, both for Amenabar, and even for Emma Watson. So yeah.
Question: if you didn't know who Nurgle was, though, and didn't know about Behemoth, would it have made a difference, do you think?
No,
to someone
because you can still see that it's a concert promoting poster showing a black metal band. So it's kind of like...
I gotcha.
It's kind of like this excuse me moment. It's kind of like, what the hell? Is this like the height of this scene you've been building up for 3 minutes? So this is like the high point? Is this supposed to be like the most dangerous thing in the world? Even my grandmother would look at it and think like, I didn't understand. It's so...
And out of all the bands that they could possibly pick that are way scarier looking than Nurgle.
Yeah. And that if you like match that up with the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey Reaper, it just doesn't work. So as far as points go, I'm gonna give Regression a solid 1 out of 5. So it's horrible. But on the positive side, there had always been bad movies. There always gonna be bad movies, but there's also good movies. And this year, we've gone off to a good start with Southbound. It's an anthology film. Some of you might not like these films that put small stories, one behind the other, and then just roll them onto the screen with multiple directors, different cast, different editors, but this one works. The best episode in it is excellent, and even the worst episode in it is good. It puts together the stories about people traveling on roads in the middle of nowhere in the States. It brings in some elements from the 70s of, again, satanic cults, brings some elements of limbo, ending up in sort of hellish limbo on your travels, and it wraps all of these stories up in a very neat fashion, making it a complete film where all of the episodes actually support each other. It has not that many name directors. It doesn't have a big name cast, but all of the actors are solid. Editing is solid. It's a very good film, so I recommend you check it out. I think Southbound is now available on demand on some services and also available through some illegal services. So go check it out. It's well worth your time. And that's my cap of horror movies for 2016. Have you guys seen something worth watching? Or not?
I have not.
Deadpool.
I haven't seen anything. I'm going to see the Snoopy movie on Sunday. I'm excited about that.
Snoopy!
Yep, so I'll give a review about Snoopy next week, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Definitely go see Deadpool. I was not let down. I was laughing a lot. They did an awesome job, and they did an awesome job at making fun of the last time Deadpool was in a movie, too. So, that was fun. Let's see. Other than that, I haven't had time to watch many movies lately, unfortunately.
Yeah, Miss Travel Bug.
Yeah, talk about it, dude. Like, And I'm really excited to watch that show, Nelly, because like that has literally been my life the last like 3 weeks. Has been driving through the middle of nowhere.
Which one?
Southbound.
Southbound.
Oh, yes.
Um, when after we dropped you off in New York, pretty much once you get like outside of New Jersey, it turns into the middle of nowhere, and that's what I drove through for like 4 days. And it, there was a couple of times where we had the potential to get, really sketchy, and a couple of times we were kind of asking for it, and we had stopped somewhere in, I want to say either Virginia or Tennessee, um, and we wanted to go see these caverns. But it's like fucking middle of winter. There's like nobody there, and in walk us two. And there's just like this creepy tour guide guy who, like, he was really nice, but we're following this tour guide into these caverns that are like, I think the deepest we got was like 300 or 400 feet below ground. And there was this one, and I'm just remembering this now. I have video of it because I was like, wow, we're probably going to die. I want somebody to find my phone and have some found footage shit. So it's just me and Jay, and we're towards the end of the tour, and we get to this huge, huge ceilinged opening in the caverns, and he was like, oh, there's kind of like a cool little like audio recording, like light show type thing in this room. I'm gonna play that, and then I have to go shut some lights off in the rest of the cavern I forgot to shut off. And literally was like, by the way, when I start this, all of the lights are gonna go off, and you're not gonna be able to see anything, like, at all. And I'm just like, motherfucker, we're about to get fucking killed by like kill people. Like, how did we fall for this? How did we do this? How did we end up in this situation? I'm an idiot. So I started playing my phone, and he presses the start button, and I see the guy like wander off in the direction that we had just come from. And of course, all the lights go, and I was covering my phone because in my head I'm like, well, if I can't see this guy, he doesn't know where I am. But with that being said, like, I couldn't see shit. It was pitch fucking black. But then the lights kind of came back up, like, as the recording was going on, explaining how, rocks are formed and everything. But all I could hear in my head was the recording, like how old it was and how it was echoing, sounded like the recording that was playing in House of a Thousand Corpses, like at the end when they lower them into the thing. Yeah, and I'm just like, fuck, how did we do this? Why are we here? We're gonna fucking die. Like, so, and it was really, it was awesome being in here because, like, even though, like, they have different colored lights and stuff, decorating the whole place, as soon as they start fading out, like, my eyes just instantly go to like the darkest part of the room, and I'm just staring at it like there's something in these fucking caves. I fucking know it. So, meanwhile, I'm still like looking back any chance I have to like see where this motherfucker is, because the tour guide's still not back. And at this point, I'm like, all right, do I remember how to get out of here? Like, I have a flashlight on my phone. Like, we should be fine as long as there's not any mole people. And then I start thinking of the movie Descent, and I'm like, fuck. And, the lights come back on, and the motherfucker's standing on the other side of the room. Like, he went back around and, like, came back in another way. And he was just standing there. Like, he didn't say anything. Like, he didn't try to be like, boo, like, here I am. He's just fucking standing there. And I was like, ooh, you got me. But the rest of the tour, like, he was super nice the rest of the tour. We fucking leave, and my thought process was like, well, I'm never fucking doing this again.
The caves
but it
can
was,
be quite intimidating.
Yeah, and I mean, I like, I don't know, it was cool because they did have it done up really well, and it's one of the oldest ones that they found in the area, so that's cool. But other than that, just like driving into Louisiana, you can just feel the energy change as soon as you get closer to New Orleans, and it's a very interesting place. But I could definitely figure out where all the imagination came from with some of these stories of driving through all that stuff.
Yeah, driving through places where there's not even a gas station for miles and miles and
Yep.
miles.
And if there is one, you question if you actually want to stop there or not.
Yeah, stop there and get killed.
Yep.
That's the
But it's a fun thing. But then you also come across things like the Museum of Death, which I totally wanted to talk about for a minute, because knowing us all and how much we've talked about serial killers and
Yeah, you
general
told us
morbid
that
stuff.
there's like actual letters and documents from serial
Yeah,
killers and
yeah,
t-shirts. You gotta tell us
yes,
about the
yes.
t-shirts.
I got my T-shirt. I don't know where it is right now. I don't think I've unpacked yet. But so there's two of them, which I found out. It's called the Museum of Death. There's one in L.A. and there's one in NOLA. I obviously went to the one in NOLA because that's where I was. But you go in and it's like $15 or something, and you can either like go in and come out and it's like 10 minutes, but if you actually go in and like read all the stuff they have, I mean, the main thing that we're all interested about is the serial killer walls. They have everybody. They have Gacy, they have Eileen Wuornos, they have Dahmer, they have Charlie Manson, they have fucking everybody. And the Dahmer ones, it's funny because they put towards like the end because it's like in like a U form. And I had come around the corner and I was all disappointed. I was like, I can't believe they don't have anything about fucking Dahmer. Like, what the fuck? And I just turn the corner and there's just this huge wall, of a bunch of drawings of him, drawings from him, letters from him to people while he was in prison before he died. Um, and like his handwriting is like so fucking perfect. It's weird. Um, but then on top of the case that they had a bunch of stuff, like they had pictures from like crime scenes, like when they were going into his house and everything. Um, but there was two like binders on top um, that you could flip through, and one of them was the write-ups that he got while he was in prison, which was really fucking cool. Just to see like the fucking shit that he pulled while he was in prison with other inmates and stuff like that. And then the other one was about a 3.5 inch thick um, binder full of the arrest records and his confessions, like word for word. So I read through that. I couldn't read through the whole thing because I would have been there for like a day and a half, but I wanted to so bad. Um, but on top of all of that, they also had a bunch of stuff. They had like a bunch of skeletons of like animals and humans and how they did the science behind like fixing people up for funerals and they literally had everything. And the vocalist for Mahenet had mentioned it to us to go there, and once we were there, I'm looking at the T-shirts, and I put two and two together because I heard that when Watain came through, they stopped there. And I'm looking at one of the T-shirts, and I'm like, man, that looks like something Eric would design. And I had said that out loud, and the guy behind the counter was like, oh, like the vocalist for Watain? I was like, yes. What? And he's like, oh yeah, no, he designed like four of these shirts. I was like, well, fuck. Um, so I I can understand why they went there, and I highly recommend if anybody can to go. They had a bunch of shirts. The serial killer ones were the best though. I was trying to find a link because I think you can buy them online. Um, but they have the killer on the front, almost like a tarot card, and then on the back is like a quote from them. So I forget which. I think the one from Eileen was like, "I've always hated people, and that's why I killed them," or something like that. And like,
Yes.
yeah, it was fucking sweet. So you could either be killed by one of those serial killers on the road, or you could find a museum that's dedicated to them. Who knows?
You did both. How
Yes.
interesting.
Yes. Avoid getting killed so far.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Well, that's something I definitely would want to visit.
Yeah.
Me too.
Kazakh. I think it's time for our shout-outs, and I actually got a shout-out that's really, really, well, it's not gonna be available for long. So, the Misery musical, what the hell am I talking about? The play Misery is gonna be running for only 2 more days in New York. It stars Bruce Willis as Paul Sheldon and Laurie Metcalf, aka Mother of Sheldon, as Annie Wilkes. And Laurie Metcalf gives a performance better than Kathy Bates ever did. I didn't know it was possible, but it is. It's only going to be running at the Broadhurst Theatre on Broadway tomorrow, Saturday, or today, Saturday, and on Sunday. So only 3 more shows to go, and then it's gone forever. So if you are in the New York area, get your ticket and go see it while you can. You won't be disappointed, that I can guarantee you, and you will never be able to look at Sheldon's mother the same again. That's one crazy psychopath. All hail Laurie Metcalf. I really recommend that one. I think that Katie also has a shout out or two. And Chrissy too. Chrissy had a band, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah, Chris,
I
you
do.
go first.
I was introduced to this band from Calgary. And they have a Facebook page, so you can go check them out, but they're called Ye Goat Herd Gods. And they're a metal band, and they were a solo project until 2014, and then they became a live band, and a demo that they had from 2012, Becoming Flesh, became a full studio album in 2015. They're very, very good. I did find some videos of them on YouTube. Like I said, they are on Facebook. You can go check them out. I will link one of their videos from YouTube so you can check them out. Definitely check them out. They're not local to Minneapolis, but Minnesota's are always told we're part of Canada, so yeah, they're a local band. They're from Calgary. They're our brethren from the north. So check out Ye Goat Herd Gods. Good metal band.
Cool.
Awesome.
Katie.
Yeah, sorry, I was like doodling and I just totally got distracted. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, definitely go check out Grime Studios, and the Bogus Rendition zine number 9 is currently the one that is being out and sold. I was also distracted because I was looking through. There's a lot of really awesome pictures of all of the bands that they did stuff for. So The Devil's Blood, Watain, and all that. Archgoat Tour, and check out Mahennet. They're going to be playing the festival. They're out of New Orleans. They're fucking amazing, and they're awesome dudes too, so huge thanks to them to showing us around the awesomeness that is New Orleans. Other than that, keep your eye out with Andy Cosmic Fest, because things and whatnot. But I'm sure, like, every time I mention it, people are like, just fucking say it already. And I'm like, God, yeah, I'm sorry.
Not yet. One other quick mention.
Mm.
I leave on Monday afternoon for Bergen, Norway, for Blastfest 2016. Another festival we need to mention.
Yep.
This year, their whole lineup is all Norwegian bands. I'm very much excited. Going with a friend of mine this year. Last year, I went by myself. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of people that I met last year and seeing Nellie, because she'll be there. Yay! And hopefully we can podcast from there and maybe snag a few guests to be on with us. That would be interesting, since there's so many good bands playing there. And yeah, looking forward to meeting new people and hanging out and checking out new places to eat and being a tourist and
We're gonna
being annoying.
eat
And,
the whole of Bergen.
yeah. Eat.
Mhm.
Eat.
Which
Eat
reminds
and
me,
drink. Eat and drink.
eat and drink.
Yes.
That reminds me that
Yeah.
it's actually getting near my breakfast time. So I need to go out
Yes.
and find some sushi because
Yes.
it's
Ooh,
11
that's a good breakfast.
a.m.
Well, that's lunchtime then. That's good lunchtime food.
Yes. So this is the cats thanking you for participating in this episode of Madness for this week. And this is Nello saying, hey.
And this is KP. Thanks for watching and participating, if you so dare.
And
Bye.
this is, sorry, and this is Intoxicating signing us out of our who the fuck knows how many episodes we've had so far.
20, I
Thank
think.
you for 20. Aw, that's awesome. That means
Yay.
Killer Cats Crew will be legal to drink next week.
Yay.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, and again, you know, you guys have fun at Blast Fest, you fucks, and
We buy you presents.
I just want podcasting from there to happen with fun people.
Yeah, we'll try
Otherwise,
our
you know,
damnedest.
everybody enjoy your freezing weather. I will be enjoying this nice sunniness, and you know, we'll see you next time.
See ya!
Toodles.
Bye.